Hello, everybody. This is Gary.
And Marquita.
We're here reviewing the new show Mixed-ish from
Yeah,
last night.
we
And
watched it
saying
last
what
night
we
with
thought about it.
Tracy Ellis Ross. Okay.
Okay, okay, we
And the
traced it.
little LOL girl. I don't know her
I don't
name.
know what her name is, but I was sitting there saying I liked it. It was a
Hold
kid.
on. Well, explain what is. Okay.
You go ahead.
Mix-ish, if y'all didn't see it or if y'all don't know what it is. I wasn't going to watch it, but see, I like Tika, and that's what made me watch it. And I was like, and I seen the little LOL girl. The girl likes the little LOL girl. I don't know her little name. She's cute as buttons, though. So I was like, fine, I'll watch Mix-ish because the girls like the little LOL girl. And I like Tika. Big fan of Tika. And so I wasn't going to watch it, but I was waiting for Emergence to come on, and it came on before Emergence. And if you don't know what Mix-ish is, it's a kind of like a prequel, sequel, kind of woven in of Blackish, with a spin-off of Tracy Ellis Ross character. Her talking about
Her childhood,
her
in a
childhood
commune.
in a commune. And I was telling Gary, I wish that was me. That, like, that backstory, I was like, why can't that be me? Because I was around in '85. I was two. I was 2 in '85. I could have been on the Conview. Why didn't nobody come and get me and put me on the Conview? I wish I was there. I love everything hippie-ish, whatever. But okay. So that was the little backstory of what Mix-ish is. Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
I love Tika, and it was Tika and Zach. He will always be Zach. I don't even know the man's real name, but he will always be Zach. So if I say Zach, it's Zach Morris off of Saved by the Bell. Zach, that's who I'm calling him Zach because I don't know his name. And then Tika, which is her real name, Tika. Love the name Tika. But yeah, okay, go ahead.
Okay. But like she said, she's telling her story of where they were on a commune, and her kids were wondering more about it. And she said, "Well, it's on the story's on Netflix." And but what I was saying is, I think they went too far into it. They showed them adapting way too quick.
Yeah.
From their old life because they moved into Zach's dad's
Y'all
rental
like this
home.
thumbnail? Isn't that cute?
Look down that note.
Gary. Emergence.
Okay, I couldn't see it. See it closer.
No, Gary, not that close. Emergence. That's going to be my thumbnail for the video. I did a review last night. That video will be out before this one. So y'all go check that out. It's uploading right now as we're doing this. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, but anyway, in the show, the kids in it were born and raised in the commune. So that's the only life they ever knew.
It was, what is her? I don't even know her
what
name.
any of their names are.
Well, I do Johan, because I love, me. I love the name Johan. Gary.
Okay.
I love the name Johan. And Shakespeare. Well, not Shakespeare. Sapphire, I think was the little girl. It was something like that.
Anyway, but they showed them moving in. They moved into their granddad's rental apartment.
His daddy.
And he's very clearly racist. He's trying to be overly not racist when he comes in. But he's sitting there telling them how they need to give up their ways. They were wrong to even try to get into the commune. And anyway, he's racist. But my thought is, because in the show, just that little short show, they quickly went from the commune life to the mother and the children quickly adapting
Except
to the new life.
Tracy Ellis.
That's
She
it for,
did,
yeah.
Tracy Ellis and her daddy.
They
did
were
not
fighting as
adapt.
hard as they could.
Yeah, they was.
But even at the end, the dad was saying, well, maybe we should just go ahead. Maybe I was wrong trying to hold to the old ways. And
Yeah.
so, and they did it too quick. If they're wanting to make a show out of it, they need to prolong them trying to get used to the new lifestyle from the commune. In my opinion, I think they went too far into it, showing them adapting too quick for the show to last very long.
And what Tika said in it, she was saying, I'm gonna call the little girl Little Tracy, because I don't know what Tracy's name is in the show. Little Tracy was saying, come on, Dad, talking to Zach. Let's go. I heard that there's a new commute, up, and she said where it was. And that's when the daddy then said, maybe, it's my fault that I held you back and all that. Because what happened was the kids had to go to school. And when they went to school, it was a white side and it was a black side. And so when they walk in, some boy comes up to him and goes, "What kind of freak are y'all?" Or no, somebody said, no.
Supposedly never seen any mixed family.
They said, "What do you mix with?" And they were like, "What is mix?" Which, when the kids came home, they were like, "What's mix?" And then that's when Tika and Zach was like, "Oh, the real world slapped them in the head." And how she explained it was, and I was like, yes, that is me, because I was like, you're mixed with love and all that, which I have always said in this family, that, because the kids were like, what side did we pick? And I have always said, you're mixed. You're not black and you're not white. Which the girls are, my girls are black. Black mom, black dad. But if they wasn't, they would be mixed. And I, myself, and Gary can verify.
Yes.
I have never liked it. I have never liked it nobody saying the HB word. I don't even say it. I don't watch that movie of Harry Potter. I don't say that word. That word just is not allowed in this house. Because...
And that HB can be several other HBs too.
Well, you know what HB I'm talking about.
Yeah, you're talking about the blood. It can also be breed.
Yeah. Anyhow, it's not allowed in this house, because if somebody asks, like, I think it's like it was by law back in the days that if you have, I think, more than 25% black in you, you're considered black. So if I would have had a baby, my kid automatically would be considered black. If Gary would have a baby by a black woman, his baby would automatically become black. If I was white and had a baby by a black man, my baby automatically would become black, would be deemed black because of the black parents. And I don't agree with that, because, like I always told Gary, my kid is not just black.
Well, and DNA
It's
separates
black
in
and
different
white.
ways.
Yeah.
They may get more of the white gene than they do the black
But
gene.
it's still mixed.
It's still mixed.
And so that was my thing. And so when Tika said that in the show, you can act scary. I was, yeah. And you got to think about this. This came on at 9 o'clock at night, and I'm yelling. Because I'm like, yes, Tika, get it, get it, get it. But then she hurt my heart when she said, when she told Zach, you can be the way that you are everywhere else, but in the real world, I have to be black. And I'm like, you do have to be black, but that don't mean that you have to
Accept the way they treat you.
The way that they treat you. So that hurted my heart. I understood what she was saying. My blinders are not up. I know that I'm black. I know that everybody sees that I'm black. I know everybody treats me that I'm black. But that don't mean that I have to accept the way that they treat me. That don't mean that I have to be like, okay, I'm black, so I have to act like this. I have to accept the way that they treat me and act the way that they want me to act. Because, no, I'm a mother. I want to raise my kids to respect everybody, black and white. If I was white, I would be the exact same way. I don't want nobody to treat me any different because of my race. So when she said that, and like I said, when this show supposed to be happening in '85, it might have been a new world order. It might have been something totally different that I don't understand because I was 2. I was 2 in '85, and they said summer of '85 I was 1. I didn't turn 2 until November of '85. So I was 1 year old at this sad, time. So I don't understand from the 80s. That's the only way I could say that. And it might have been totally different. I don't know. I can talk for right now, Keita. I can say, you know what? Right now, today, 2019, Keita, the way that I'm trying to raise the girls to respect everybody. Now, I will bust. I don't know. Let me go into my Oranishi. I will collect somebody's fucking head if they treat my kids. That's why my kids don't have a YouTube page. Because if somebody start talking slick to one of my kids, I have no filter. I have no filter. And I see red and I want the jugular. I'm not a violent person, but don't test me when it comes to my kids. And maybe that's how she was. Or maybe that's how the character was. I don't know. But what we seen last night did not give me that. It didn't give me enough backstory for me to know that, okay, that's the way that she is. Because he seems like that he was, he's wanting to keep his family together. He's wanting to, have his family live happy. And then she seems like that she was just ready to conform.
Yeah, he wanted to keep them happy without the pressures of real life.
Yeah. And so, like Gary was saying, they conform way too, like the 2 youngest ones, understandably. It's like if a kid never had candy and then they go to a house that's serving candy and they eat candy for the first time, okay. And then like an older kid that knows that, okay, no, we're not going to have sugar. We don't need sugar. We never had sugar. And they don't eat sugar. But like a little kid is like, okay, I don't know what this thing called candy is. Let me eat it. Oh my gosh, I like candy. So Go ahead, Gary. So
Um,
it's understandably that the two little ones conformed so fast
Yeah.
because they never seen the TV before, and when they watched it, their little eyeballs were filled,
Yeah.
with junk.
But like she's saying, the Tika,
Yeah,
she conformed way too easy. I don't know if they just trying to hook people in, and then they're going to come back and have a follow up showing the struggles that she had and why she conformed like she did,
yeah,
and why she settled to work for her father-in-law, which is, like we said, clearly racist.
yeah. Cause when he brought in the lacrosse,
He brought in lacrosse,
yeah,
making stuff for them the
and
kids to
so
play.
the daddy Zach was like, "Oh, are you gonna bring a yacht club application?" And the daddy says, "No, the yacht club is only for people that came over here on top of the ship." So
Yeah, that's how it made it clearly racist.
yeah,
But she ends up working for him,
yeah,
and that just, to me, it just kind of ruined the whole thing. And they're gonna have to do a whole lot in the next show to back it up and show some more,
yeah. I'll give it one
some
more
more
episode.
things. Or I don't think it's gonna make it. They took it too far for the first episode, in my opinion, way too far.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it one more episode and see what happens. If I don't like it, this and next week will be my only review off of Mixer. I wasn't gonna watch it because I was like, I don't want to get hooked on the show because I want my show that I'm hooked on Emergence, because I've been waiting for 2 weeks for that show to come on since it showed me the first 9
Advertisement
minutes.
hooked her on that one.
It was the first 9 minutes of last night's episode, and I was like, yes, when is this coming on? I need to see it today, right now. And I seen it last night, and it did not disappoint. Now, the only problem I have with Emergence is okay, the little girl, and this is not a review on Emergence. I think I said it in the original video. Okay, is she a robot? Is she a real girl? Is she an alien? Like, what is she? Because the only reason why I ask is because she has magical powers, but she bleeds like a real kid because she cut herself and took like a little bead. But the way that they show it is she a humanoid? Like half human, half robot? Like, I know we'll probably know a little bit more, but the previews for next week is what is confusing me, because they're still chasing her. There's obviously still tracking her.
Yeah, because I thought that was a tracking device she cut out.
Yeah, that's what
I thought. So how
would
they track her? It went down the sink.
I'm thinking that's what she thought too, the little girl. I'm thinking she thought the same thing.
And then they show a guy that has that tracking device. He picks it up and tracked it to their house and picks it up out of the sink.
Yeah, and
it clearly went down the sink.
And she picks up a key that cuts on. And it's like, okay, well, she got that in her fingers? The world needs to know. And it probably will know. But, I mean, that's the only part that I'm confused about. Is she human?
They're hinting towards an alien because the crash that was outside, they thought it was a plane crash.
Yeah.
And this news guy came, or supposedly a news guy came in, was digging through the rubble and stuff. He said, I'm trying to get documentation before they come, because when they come, they're going to say something stupid like it's a drone and try to blow it off, because it's clearly not a plane, and it definitely wasn't a drone. And he's obviously UFO hunter. and trying to get documentation and proof before they can start denying it. And sure enough, later in the show, they came back and said that they deemed it a drone crash.
Yeah.
But it was cleaned up super fast. The NTSD came in, whoever they are, and they cleared the site so fast nobody could gather any information from it. Then they had these two people came in as supposedly the little girl parent.
Parents.
They had the same powers she did.
Yeah,
Obviously, because the lights went off and then they just disappeared. But anyway, so thereafter,
the little girl crashed the car from the inside.
Yeah, from the inside, she made the SUV flip completely over and crash like they ran into.
And if they don't, but that's what don't make sense is because when they
crashed, it killed them,
but it didn't hurt her at all. So that was my main thing. And then she got like big old blue eyeballs, which I know maybe they made extra big or something, but she has the same eyes as that woman. So if they're not kin.
Yeah, as a police officer that found it.
My thought was she's the little girl from the future, but that don't make sense because how's she gonna be the little girl how's she gonna be the woman from the future when the woman is a woman now? So.
Well, maybe she's the woman from the past.
Yeah, but
because there are little hints to where like maybe and then she's grown out of it and not used it in so long she don't remember. That was the other issue. Like maybe a UFO took her when she was a kid, and the crash took her memory away, so she can't even today she can't remember. But I don't know. It's just there's a lot of ways they can go with it.
But
that's what makes it a good show.
Do you not think they have the same eyes?
Yeah, they pretty much have the same eyes.
They look alike, like in real life.
Yeah, they do a lot.
That's why I was like, that has to be.
So anyway, to me that makes a good show because there's so many different ways they could take the show.
And what did I say last night?
And Mixed Dish, the way they've got it right now, they've reached the end of any way they can go.
Yeah, unless they start.
Yeah, unless they start over and then just a little bit of time building up to where they are at the end of that show. Yeah. Kind of like a story on top of a story.
And what I said was that it's kind of like Mixed-ish. It's kind of like How I Met Your Mother mixed with The Wonder Years mixed with that 70s show. And if you've seen all three of them shows, you'll understand what I'm talking about. What I mean by Mixed-ish, by that 70s show is, okay.
Their lifestyle was totally different.
Their lifestyle is totally different. And it's like she's doing a voiceover, but that's also how the Wonder Years did it. The Wonder Years took place within the 80s, or was it the 70s?
It's 80s.
80s. Okay. It kind of reminds me of Wonder Years, which dude is talking like the Wonder Years, and then it reminds me of that How I Met Your Mother, and it's a man going back telling his story. Now, with the Wonder Years and How I Met Your Mother, it could, like if it's like that, it's like the modern day of them, it could work only because they're not in a set time frame. Because it's, what I mean by set time frame is it takes place in 85, but up to 2019, which is present day for Little Tracy. So it could happen like that. But that 70s show is only 10 years, but they got 12 out of it. I don't know how. I think it was 12 years. I'm going to say 12 years. They got 12 out of it. And I was like, how can you get 12 years out of 10? So, y'all tell me what you think about Mixish. If
Yeah, leave
y'all
us a comment,
watched
let us
it,
know.
if y'all liked it, we also watched Blackish. That show, I think, is done. Oh, somebody's calling.
Yeah, we're back.
Okay, it was still recording.
Well, it said it stopped. The recording has stopped because the phone call came in. Anyway, we're back.
Okay. But yeah, so basically, I was at the end. I think Blackish is kind of at the end. They still grasping for straws, but I don't feel like it's
It's reaching
gonna
the
go
end of
anywhere.
its
Um,
and that's why they're moving in with mixed is to try to pull in and
yeah,
either refurbish Blackish or to replace it.
yeah, and
And maybe replace it for a while, then bring Blackish back in a year or so.
yeah,
Just to give everybody a break and forget what it was like and then bring it back. Which we know the people are trying to do right now, having a redo of all the shows. Remake.
oh, when we watched, and I honestly, I wasn't gonna watch it, and I'm mad at myself that I like it, but I'm not gonna watch it next week. I'm putting my foot down. Here's my feet, and I'm putting them down. I'm putting it down, putting them down firm. We watched The Connors, and I
She'll
like
watch
that
it next
show.
week too. She'll watch
I
it.
love that show. That's the first
Because
episode.
it's in the lineup for her show, and she don't want to miss her show, so she'll watch it anyway.
I will wait
It'll
till
be
10
there.
o'clock. I will
No,
wait
because
till
you want
10
to watch
o'clock.
Nick's,
I don't.
which follows Connors.
I will boycott Mixish just so I don't have to watch The Connors. Because I love that show, which I loved Roseanne back in the day.
I never liked Roseanne.
I did. I watched it every Friday night.
And already on this new one, a lot of it to me just don't make any sense.
Well, what don't make sense? Let's
None
talk
of
about
it.
it. Let's
None
talk
of it.
about what's this?
Well, one, how does their mama supposedly look the same age as they do?
Well, she might not have been old. It might have been like a Carol Burnett thing.
Oh, everybody knows Cloris Leachman.
Or, that's
Everybody's
not
just
Cloris.
age super
That's
old.
not Cloris.
Look like her.
It's not Cloris.
Okay, well, anyway.
But yes, that woman was old even when they were young.
Yeah, and she's ancient, and they all look ancient now.
I'm just
DJ
thinking-
coming in with this big black wig looks so
I think
stupid
that's
on
just a
him.
lace front. Leave his lace front alone. That might be that man's head.
If it is, he needs to. I think if it is, he's dyeing it like crazy because it don't suit him. It looks fake.
Leave him alone. He's a young thoroughbred.
Darlene looks like she's assuming the role of Roseanne now that Roseanne's gone to an extent, but she's also cheating on her boyfriend, and
Yeah.
it's just ridiculous.
And then Becky last night when she had
Could
that
not
baby.
act if she tried.
Yeah.
The character. That was horrible acting.
And then she done named her daughter after the grandmama.
Which everybody hated.
Yeah.
Nobody liked.
It was crazy. I don't know why she named that baby that name, Beverly.
Yeah.
No shade to Beverly's out there.
Yeah.
But Beverly on the show.
Beverly was crazy.
She was crazy. I don't know why she did that to that baby.
John Goodman looks like he's one step from the grave.
Yeah. And I think he might be. He's so thin. I told y'all I like
He
him.
had to have had the weight surgery late
He
in life.
didn't, Gary. He just got sick. The man is sick.
Yeah, well, he looks horrible.
I don't and you see why I don't like thin people, but you ain't got no much room to talk.
Well, I can't help
Show
it.
people your nasty thin legs.
They can't see my legs, son. No legs. You can't see them. They're big. They're huge.
They're nasty and they're thin. And he thinks that I'm joking, but I'm serious. They're gross. I don't like thin guys. He knows that. And then he sits there and he wears shorts and shows them off. And it's like, why would you show your thin, nasty legs off?
Gotta do something for the heat. It's too dang hot.
Well,
Keep it
you
too
can
hot.
wear shorts, but like, tell me to wear glasses.
Tell you to remove your glasses.
Do something, because them bad boys are nasty and thin.
It ain't like I'm not eating. I'm eating like a pig.
He's not eating like no pig.
I ate 2 big bowls last night in a row. You ate 1. I'm eating twice what you ate.
Anyhow, he has nasty thin legs. Nasty thin legs. His arms are becoming nasty and thin. And
But anyway, we were giving our little review of Mixed Dish, and I know
show people your nasty nails.
they don't need my nails.
Well, you need to clip them.
I do. You're right. They need clip.
Look how long
Get your
that pinky
clippers.
is. Let's go, so. But anyways, that was a review of a mixish, kinda blackish, and a little bit of emergence.
Yeah. And then other things we just
And other
got off on
things.
too. But that, if you've watched us before, you know that's what we do.
Yes,
We
y'all
just gotta
know I
roam
can-
around.
You know I can talk. I try not to. I really do. I try not to, but my brain gets to rolling around, and Hitler, he gets to talking. Oh, I didn't know if I told y'all. I haven't told y'all this, which I told you I think in my other video, but I'll tell you again. I named my legs. My legs' name is Fiona, both of them. Fiona, because they swell up at night for no reason. You know, if y'all seen Shrek, the first one, y'all know what I'm talking about, Fiona. Anyways, so I named my legs Fiona. So, me and Fiona did a video last night.
That's what it is. Your legs found my legs.
Yeah, well, they need to leave your legs alone.
Well, they done stole them, so I can't help it.
Little nasty thin legs.
Well, you shouldn't be so greedy and take them.
I know, they are. Roxanne's just a mess, anyhow.
If your legs hadn't took my legs, then my legs would be okay. You wouldn't have no problem with them.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. I don't have a problem with my nasty swollen legs if I can walk. When it starts messing with the bend of my feet, like where I can't walk because they're just freaking tree logs, that's when I have a problem, is when they turn to nasty tree logs. And it's just like, I need to walk, legs. You could be swollen, but I do have to get up and bend my feet. So,
Yeah. Talked about cankles before.
I know.
So somebody got vengeance on you.
Cankles did. She know who she is. And she did have cankles. She did have cankles. She know who she is, though. I'm just saying. Anyways. That is all.
Yeah. Bye, everybody.
Bye.